Mitt Romney, a step closer to becoming the man who challenges Barack Obama for the American presidency. The former governor of Massachusetts won 6 out of the 10 states that voted in Republican primaries yesterday, Super Tuesday. But in the crucial Rust Belt state of Ohio, Mitt Romney beat his closest rival by just 12,000 votes, suggesting that he has a big fight ahead to win over America's struggling white working class. From this key battleground state of Ohio, our Washington correspondent Matt Fry has this report.
They still haven't packed away their Christmas lights here, even though it hasn't felt like Christmas for years in Ohio. Long before the current recession, this place was hemorrhaging manufacturing jobs to China or India. It is the kind of state that's been worn cynical by disappointment. But because of its size and bellwether status, Ohio can make or break a presidency. No wonder the candidates have been returning to it like a tongue to an aching tooth. No one who wants to get into the White House can afford to ignore Ohio. This is the quintessential swing state in an American election. And it matters more this year than perhaps ever before. And that's because of the economy. This was once the cradle of the American industrial heartland. Well, now it is a landscape of broken dreams. Welcome to the home of the angry white man. We met some of them at Sawmill Lanes, a bowling alley packed on a Tuesday night for the ultimate blue-collar pastime.
I'm an angry white man, yeah.
You are?
I am, yeah. I'm angry at a lot of stuff, but it's at both parties, quite frankly.
What are you angry about?
I'm angry at the way the country's going, our deficit, our national debt, the attack on unions and working class people, the separation of church and state. I mean, I could go on and on.
Have you ever been this angry, or is this the angriest you've ever been?
This is the angriest I've ever been, and the most depressed.
I'm a disappointed white man.
Why?
To be honest. Well, I voted in the last election for Obama. I had really high expectations. I don't think they were delivered.
Rich pickings for the Republicans, you might have thought. But while they were bowling, on a television screen nowhere near them, Mitt Romney had to explain why he'd only won Ohio by a whisker, despite having outspent his rival Rick Santorum 5-1.
There'll be good days, there'll be bad days. Always long hours, never enough time to get everything done. But on November 6th, we're going to stand united. Not only having won an election, but having saved a future.
Soldiering on. It's always been the Romney way, ever since his great-grandfather, a Mormon settler. But determination, money and brains may not be enough on the campaign trail. Back at the bowling alley, a simple question reveals why. Can you imagine any one of the candidates bowling with you tonight?
The Republican candidates, no. No, maybe Santorum, but Romney I don't think knows what a bowling alley is, let alone where one would be found. So,
can you imagine any of the political candidates out here bowling with you?
No, I don't think I could, actually.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I would say it's probably a bad thing. I mean, I think they might say that they would be out here bowling with us, but the fact that they couldn't come out here and do something that a lot of Americans enjoy doing is kind of shameful.
You're watching what passes for a minor economic miracle here. The Carousel Works in Mansfield, Ohio, the world's foremost makers of fairground carousels. They export everywhere here, including Asia. But even in a thriving family business, these master craftsmen are deeply cynical about the influence of big money on all politics.
Most politicians on both sides these days are in the pockets of the corporations. Unfortunately, the best interest of the country is not necessarily being served by the politicians at the top on either side. More and more small businesses are the ones taking the hit, and the very large corporations are getting all the breaks.
And that's Romney's big problem. To many, he embodies the remoteness of a moneyed elite.
Because he's a millionaire too, you know, it's like he's not a regular guy. It seems like all of them, they pretty much, it's the corporations that are running the show. It doesn't matter who's in office.
Something has changed. It's not that blue-collar America resents success or money, but the presidential election has come to symbolize the entitlement and influence that money can buy, something the president and his opponents ignore at their peril, because these days, the road to the White House leads through here. Matt Fry, Channel 4 News, Ohio.